This one is for fans of more adult fare at the movies, including some heavy real-life themes with a great cast led by Julia Louis-Dreyfus. Let's talk about You Hurt My Feelings. Hey guys, Dan here. This is Dan Reviews It. Welcome to my spoiler-free review for the recent film You Hurt My Feelings. This is now on demand for your home viewing pleasure. As of this recording, it's not yet hit any of the streamers for free, but if you are so inclined, you can rent it or buy it at home. We'll dive into all the details here of this movie in just a moment. First, let me welcome you into Dan Reviews It. Thanks for finding this video. We've got a ton of great stuff here on the channel for you to check out, I will post another movie sort of like this at the end. I will give a link to it called Somewhere in Brooklyn. Ray Romano and Laurie Metcalf starred in that. So some sitcom veterans, and here we see that as well with Julia Louis-Dreyfus leading the cast for this one. So she plays Beth, who is a novelist who also teaches classes in writing, but she's got a lot of self-confidence issues, not just in her life, but in her writing as well. She has a therapist husband. Their marriage is seemingly all right, but she overhears that he actually hated her most recent book that she's been working on. So that starts a whole host of things, opening up a whole bunch of wounds. Tobias Menzies plays the husband, and here we have Beth's sister, played by Michaela Watkins as well, who you may know from Saturday Night Live and some other things. And then Owen Teague plays their son. And there's a handful of sort of people that pop up in this movie. You're like, oh, okay, I know that person, that I don't even want to sort of give away. But this was written and directed by Nicole Holofcener. And I'm not positive that's how you pronounce her name, but she's, gotten to write all of these really interesting and intricate adult sort of profile movies. In fact, she worked with Julia Louis-Dreyfus on a great movie called Enough Said with Louis-Dreyfus and James Gandolfini. I guess it was his last movie before he passed away. I think I actually might have that one on my shelf. Yep, right here. So this is one to check out. Enough Said. That's a really good movie, written and directed also by Nicole Holofcener. But also, she is an Oscar nominee because she wrote this movie called Can You Ever Forgive Me, which, oh my God, is that an amazing movie. I gave that an A+, I do believe. Melissa McCarthy was nominated for Best Actress in that. That travels down a little bit of a different path than some of these other ones she's written, like Enough Said, Friends with Money, and this one. And she loves working with sitcom vets, too, because Friends with Money starred, among other people, Jennifer Aniston, when she was trying to do like a bunch of her drama movies. But anyway, so let's get back to this one. But this is a very, very realistic, I think, portrayal of marriage and people and their problems and all of this. It is certainly a little bit of like, okay, this is like a, rich white person problem movie. Could I identify with everything going on in this movie? No, certainly not. I do feel like maybe Somewhere in Brooklyn, which was a little more blue collar, maybe I identified with some of the people in that movie a little bit more. But honestly, these are really, really well-written characters, acted the hell out of by the people involved, including, and I would say specifically, Julia Louis-Dreyfus. I mean, she is somebody who has really picked her projects very carefully since Seinfeld. Veep obviously was another huge network show for her, and she did another laugh track sitcom or live audience sitcom with The New Adventures of Old Christine. But her film projects, they're pretty few and far between. Obviously, she enjoys working with Nicole Holofcener because she's done Enough Said now and this movie. And both are really, really interesting portrayals of adults. I think there is this really nice niche. Look, maybe it's because I'm in the age group now. I'm 45, but there is, but Enough Said, was out almost 10 years ago. So I was much younger at the time. Could not maybe relate to everything going on. And I don't need to necessarily relate to it. But when I think of like an adult themed film at the movies, I think of things like, like Book Club and those movies that are designed for like 60, 70 years and above. And look, that's great for them. There's definitely a market there as well. But I find that those movies are more like caricatures of people, and it's more about sort of really, really far-reaching plot lines and stuff, like 80 for Brady, for example. And I know that was very loosely based on real stuff, but with a movie like this, or Enough Said, or like I mentioned, Somewhere in Brooklyn, we really get to see the real people that are out there, and it reminds me of a lot of classic movies from the 70s, 80s, maybe a little bit into the 90s, where we had a lot of movies aimed more at adults and less of the superhero stuff. And it's, look, I like all of that stuff too, but this script is so well written. Everybody is very real, but it is also very funny. There's look, funny people all around us in real life situations. I'm sure you have them, as I do. And the dynamic between Watkins and Louis Dreyfus, as sisters, kind of going off each other, and they go to their mother's house. And I could watch a whole movie with just the two of them and their mother, because they're just so funny. Jeannie Berlin plays her, who I'm not entirely familiar with, but let me look at anything. Oh, she was in The Fabelmans, so I guess I've seen her recently in that. She's on Succession. Okay, I don't watch Succession, so you may know her certainly more than I do. But I thought their dynamic was absolutely fantastic. But all of the real life stuff here, which is the whole movie, is just so well crafted. These are really, really well-rounded characters, and to get to know that in such a quick amount of time. This movie's only an hour and like 45 minutes or something. But yet everybody is so identifiable and relatable. I think you can, even if you're not necessarily in that situation, you can certainly take from, okay, well, Beth is insecure about her career or her marriage. I think a lot of us, can maybe relate to that. And the son has some relatable stuff too. He is, I think, on his way into college. I think he's just graduating high school in this one. So yeah, I mean, there's stuff to take from there too. So look, this is a really, really well written piece of film for sure. I struggle on the grade with this, because is it high enough for an A? I'm not sure. It's definitely in that A or A minus range for me. I believe I gave Somewhere in Brooklyn a B plus, and this is a little bit better than that one for sure. But I love the way Hollow Center writes characters, and she always gets the best out of her actors, and that's on display here as well. So you know what? I will give it sort of on the higher end of the scale. I will leave You Hurt My Feelings with an A. Probably one of the best of the year. Probably the best drama I've seen this year for sure. Thanks so much for watching Dan Reviews It. We'll see you next time. Bye.